Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Avon Van Hassel. I'm a self-published author and I'm here every Wednesday. Normally I have tips and tricks for things to try in your writing, but lately I've been experimenting with different things just to see what I like better and what sticks and what's more entertaining, I guess. I don't know. So today is a frankly self-indulgent video. I'm going to talk about a bunch of things, mostly a new brand that I've discovered. It's not new, but it's new to me. And one of my history crushes, and kind of a story about me as a baby. So it's basically a whole bunch of conversions that's happened in the last week or so, and I thought it would make a really fun story time. So sit down and let me tell you a story. Just as a heads up, there's going to be a lot of name dropping in this video, and I'm not sorry about it, but you really should go follow the people that I'm talking about because they're really cool. This all started with a cosplayer on Instagram named Kaylee Allen. Now, I found her when I was at the height of my Disnerd nonsense, and I thought her Lottie from The Princess and the Frog was amazing. And I still think she is. And also she hangs around with my favorite Tiana from the Disney parks, who is also an ambassador for Besame, which is a vintage inspired makeup line. So this is already, we're off to a really name droppy start. So anyway, Kaylee Allen posted a picture that I'm going to try to overlay here when I'm smart. So posted this picture on Instagram, and I lost my friggin' mind because while I don't wear brooches, bleeding hearts are my brand symbol. This is my logo, designed by my great friend Katrina Kunstman, who I will also drop her link. I believe on Etsy she's going as Biolumin Press, so she's a super talented artist. You should definitely look her up. Anyway, back to Kaylee Allen. She does a lot of cosplay, but she does do a lot of also vintage sort of stuff, and I lost my mind over that brooch. So it was a promo for a brand called Erstwilder, who does a lot of vintage inspired, brooches, earrings, like cardigan pins and that sort of thing. So I went and checked them out, and I found the Bleeding Hearts brooch, and unfortunately it was sold out, which apparently happens very quickly and is irreversible. So I wrote to them and I was like, hey, so I just discovered your brand and I would love this brooch. So do you know when you'll be restocking? I should mention Erstwilder is an Australian brand, which is why they're new to me. So they're probably old hat to a lot of people in Australia, but new to me. So I wrote to them and I said, I'd love to know if you know when you're going to restock. And they were like, we don't restock. I was like, oh. Okay, so I know a lot of brands, like, they're very boutique and they're very limited stock, so I'm familiar with that, it's fine. And so they said, but we do have a Facebook page where you might be able to find some stockists in your area, or you might be able to, like, trade, that sort of thing. And I was like, I have nothing to trade because I just discovered you, but it's fine. So I went to the Facebook page and I was talking with some of them, and I got in touch with somebody who was a stockist in Denver, Colorado, and she said they had one and she'd get back to me on Monday. She got back to me on Monday and said they'd actually sold the last one on Friday. So I was like, ah. So I went to eBay, and they're all over eBay. They're all over eBay, but they're kind of expensive. But I did find one for, I believe, it was pretty much asking price originally. So it was like 45, 55 bucks plus shipping from Australia, which is, it's fine. So here we have it, the box. This is Erstwilder, and the line is A Floral Affair. And here she is in her little box. Isn't she? Let me see if I can, there you go. Isn't that beautiful? I just love her so much. See, the thing is, the reason why I had to have it is because, let's see if I can get it there. Bleeding hearts are not a super popular flower. Like, They're not like roses or tulips or daisies. My neighbor, I swear to God, he knows what I'm filming. Anyway, so yeah, I had to have it. She's just me. Isn't that just the most beautiful? So, well, it's expensive, it's far away, and they don't restock. And while I understand why they do that, it's frustrating for somebody like me who doesn't always make decisions quickly. So I thought, it's great. I'm glad I found them. It's a beautiful brooch, and I'm very happy that I have it, but I don't need to be tempted by them all the time. So I blocked their ads on Facebook because I don't want to be seeing stuff that I'm going to be tempted by, and it's an expensive temptation. Well, you guys should know by now that I'm a member of the mermaiding community. And recently, Erstwilder came out with a mermaid brooch. And she's beautiful, but she's not strictly to my taste. So I was trying to avoid Erstwilder brands or Erstwilder ads. But of course, the mermaid community news travels fast, and there are a lot of Australian mermaids, so we found out about that. But it was fine. It was fine. I resisted. I was mature. I didn't impulse buy it. But I started getting ads for them again, and I'm like, I thought I blocked your ass. But anyway, I was feeling a bit frisky, and I was like, well, let's go look at what they've got, just to see what there is. And I got a lot of ads for, like, other kinds of flowers, which are fine, they're pretty, or birds, which are fine, they're pretty, and some Art Nouveau things, which, it's fine, they're pretty. I love Art Nouveau. I love Art Nouveau. But, I'm not going to buy it just because it's Art Nouveau. And then I saw something. And this is why I blocked their ads. So, gonna rewind quite a bit. So, October 23rd, 1987, in Sacramento, California, little baby Avon was born. And I apparently was a dramatic little baby because the nurses in the maternity wing called me Sarah Heartburn. I don't know why they think I'm dramatic, but I guess they thought I was dramatic. And my mother thought it was so funny. She told me that story over and over and over. So I by the way, for those of you who don't know, October 23rd is the first day of Scorpio. And I know some people say it's Libra, but it's Scorpio. And if you know me, you know I have 5 Scorpios in my chart. And, I don't care if it's Libra, it's Scorpio. Anyway, so, and by the end of the story, you're going to agree with me that it's Scorpio. So, as I grew up, I kept hearing this story about Sarah Heartburn. And so I asked her, what is the joke here? Why is this funny? And she said there was a tragedian in the early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s, named Sarah Bernhardt. And she was famous for all the tragedies that she was an actress. Tragedian. Turns out her birthday was October 23rd, 1844. So, I have a little bit of an affinity. So, as I grew up, I started to research her a little bit more. And I'm only going to tell you a couple of stories because she's super important. She's very important. But I'm going to save all of that for another video because I just really want to tell you this story. So, she was born in Paris. She was French. She was very famous in her time. Obviously, like I said, she was famous for tragedies. She was also very famous for portraying men's roles. In fact, one of the most famous portraits of her is her playing Hamlet, and I just love that about her. That I mean, if you're gonna mess with men's roles, I mean, there's no bigger flex than Hamlet, and I love her so much. When she was 18, she contracted tuberculosis, and she thought she was going to die. And so she went and picked out her own coffin, which is the most Scorpio thing to do, but it gets better. She didn't die, obviously, but she kept her coffin, and she continued to sleep in it. Sometimes for the rest of her life. She just kind of hung on to it and just chilled in her coffin. Which, to be honest, if I had to get myself fitted for a coffin while I was old enough to know what was going on, I would keep that thing. And I would sleep in it because they look comfy as hell. So, I mean, it's your coffin. And, you know, if you're of a certain religious persuasion, you kind of feel like you're going to be in it for a while at a certain point in your afterlife. I mean, you want to make sure it's comfy. You want to get nice and used to it. You want it to get really lived in. So I get it. It's just really funny to me. Imagine this Victorian living vampire woman dressed up as Hamlet with her little skull and just chilling in her coffin. She also had a ton of famous friends, including Emile Zola and Alexandre Dumas and Victor Hugo, and I believe Oscar Wilde. She had a ton of famous friends. In fact, one time Alexandre Dumas came to visit her in Paris. She also had a huge, like, zoo because she loved animals. And they sat on the lawn and watched her puma eat his hat. But the last story I want to tell you, because this is sort of directly relevant, is that she was instrumental in launching the career of Alphonse Mucha. And if you like Art Nouveau, then you owe a lot to Sarah Bernhardt. She discovered him, and she, I believe, financed his first show in Paris. And basically, he has a career because of her, had a career because of her. And actually, I didn't know this connection until recently. I was doing a little bit of research for this video and the next one I'm going to do on her. And I didn't know that. And it's funny because, not right now, because the art display on my wall right now is mermaids and ships. But before that, I had a couple of Art Nouveau posters, and one of them was Mucha. So I kind of love that connection. So back to Erstwilder. I was browsing because I knew about the mermaid, but I was like, I've already got the best brooch ever, because, I mean, lightning can't strike twice, right? I was wrong. it was such folly, because I was browsing and I saw these birds and I'm like, those are cute. And I saw all these flowers, I'm like, those are pretty. I saw the mermaid and I was like, nice try, siren, but I know your game and I've already said I don't want you. But then I kept browsing and I saw something else. And I think you can probably, given the lead up, you can probably guess what it was. So here's the unboxing portion of this video, because she arrived yesterday, and I would love to open the box with you. Also, I gotta say, DHL was on their game, because I wasn't expecting that box before Monday. Oh, also, if you're in the States and you order from Erstwilder, you will get 1,000 emails. Okay? I ordered that thing on like Thursday or Friday of last week. Like, it's Friday right now as I'm filming. And I got like 10 emails from Erstwilder and then like 11 emails from DHL. It was crazy. And also text, because I sign up for text. Who cares? Who cares? It's the age of Big Brother. They already know your information. So just know you're gonna get bombarded with emails. So real quick, here's what the shipping label looks like. It comes in this big long box. Just gonna rip it open like a savage. And then I'm going to tilt the thing so you can actually see it. So, beautiful Erstwilder box. Happy Mail Day. I'm all yours. Packed with love. And, oh darling. I'm going to say it with an American accent because I'm American. I'm not going to attempt to say any of these things in an Australian accent. So I'm going to hold this up here so you guys can see. And then this says, thank you. And then this is the Erstwilder and Jocelyn Proust designs. If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere. I think that's for their current line, which is not the Art Nouveau line, but the birds and flowers and things. And then this paper has birds. We love a swallow. Okay. And this is, oh, that's just red paper. I thought it was velvet lined. Each resin, erstwhile their companion, is lovingly hand-assembled and hand-painted, giving each piece individual character. Whilst every effort is made to ensure our resin collectibles are produced at a high quality, please be aware that resin is akin to ceramic and glass, and therefore will likely break if dropped or knocked. Brooch clasps may also tarnish over time. Keep your resin pieces neatly tucked away in their boxes, and avoid direct contact with perfumes, lotions, and water, as well as prolonged exposure to direct sunlight, and you'll have a wonderfully maintained collection for years to come. It's been a PSA. All right, so here we have. So here's the Erstwilder, the Nouveau collection. And you see the box has a peacock feather design all the way around. So this piece is called Mademoiselle Bernhardt. I mean, you think lightning can't strike twice, but she sure as hell can. So, here she is. And she's like 3D, so she's got her head and her little like top curl is one piece, and then her hair is another. It's actually two pieces, because there's like the top of her head and the curls in the back, and then the curls in front are a third layer, and then her little hairpin there is a fourth layer, which does have some cutouts in it. So you can see all the different layers there. Let me hold it against my skin so you can see it. So she's absolutely beautiful. I'm just in love with her. And it also comes with a little, oh, that's paper. I thought it was resin. Just a little tag that's got it's the tag that goes with the line, I guess. Because the one for the bleeding heart, oh, it was just a little tag that just says Erstwilder. All right. So the little card on the inside reads, "An ode to the lasting antiquity of beauty, a goddess of artistic history, the face of an art revolution." So that's it, friends. That was the unboxing of Mademoiselle Bernhardt, as well as a little introduction to the bleeding heart. Let me show you my two babies side by side. I would like to say that this is probably going to be it for my Erstwilder collection, but I mean, I'm not a fool. I've got two of them now, so I've got two. Why wouldn't I have more? I guess I gotta start wearing brooches, right? So, aren't they beautiful? I'm not gonna get that mermaid though. I'm not gonna do it. You can't make me. I might do it. I don't want to though. So, I'm just so in love with both of them. I'm going to leave you with one piece of advice. If you like these brooches, buy them, because they do not restock. They do not restock. And it is not easy to find a stockist in the States. So if you're going down that road anyway, just to have a see what they have, don't hesitate, because you'll be full of regret. So I hope you've enjoyed my little unboxing. I hope that you've enjoyed my little story, and it makes you excited to hear the full-length video I'm going to do about Sarah Bernhardt, because she was super important. She wasn't just quirky, she was super important for a lot of reasons, and she had a fascinating life. Most Paris in the late 1800s thing you've ever heard. So it's amazing. She's incredible. She's definitely a Scorpio, and so am I. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about Erstwilder or Sarah Bernhardt or anything else like that, leave a little note in the comments. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit subscribe. Also, if you're a writer and you'd love writing advice, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I post new videos, which will be every Wednesday. And there will be advice on writing, but there also will be like story time and history stuff and history crushes and just a lot of random weird stuff that I think relates to history, which is, after all, a story. So, anyway, all of that. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.